Thanks for staying with us right here on Sunrise as we continue this morning. Now, South Africa, through the Department of Transport, is campaigning to be re-elected to the Council of the International Maritime Organization. Now, countries will gather at the 30th regular session of the Assembly in London from next week, Monday, till the 6th of December 2017. To talk more about the Council of the International Maritime Organization, we're now joined by the Deputy Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga, from our Cape Town studios. And of course, you can be part of our conversation at home if you'd like by giving us a call on 011-447-1742 or 011-1620. Your comments are also welcome on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Good morning to you, Deputy Minister, and thanks very much for joining us this morning for our conversation. Really, what we're trying to get an understanding is the importance of maritime industry in South Africa, and of course the benefits of us being re-elected into this Council of International Maritime Organization.
Good morning to your viewers. I couldn't get the question, but I think maybe you're asking as to why it is important for South Africa to serve in the Council. First, maybe it is important to mention that, as you have said, IMO is the UN organ that is specializing on ensuring that there is safety, there's security in the shipping sector, that the environment is protected. It sets protocols and conventions so that member states can abide by them. And it has got its own organs or structures. The very highest one is the assembly that we will be attending starting from the 27th up to the 6th of December. And it is where the assemblies where decisions are taken. But another structure is the council, which is made up of 40 member states. Probably to mention that IMO is made up of 170 member states, and 3 associate member states. And then out of the 170 member states, a council is elected, and it consists of 40 member states. It has got 3 categories. Category 1 be having 10 member states, Category 2 10, and then Category 3 20, and therefore a total of 40. South Africa is serving in the Council in the Category 3. And this time around, it will be contested by 25 countries. In fact, 27 it's possible if the 2 countries that will be contesting in Category 2 will decide, if they don't get elected, to contest again in Category 3. It's important for South Africa and any other developing country to serve in the Council. First, as South Africa, we are the only country in the SADC region in Africa to be a member of the Council. And therefore, we do not only represent ourselves, we also represent the region, which is SADC region.
Okay.
It's important for developing countries to be there so that the voice of the developing countries is heard. Otherwise, we will find ourselves having to do things that we can't afford to do because our voice will not be heard.
Now, in terms of the opportunities that exist within the maritime as a field and, the ocean economy, so to say, the contribution of the maritime, of the shipping industry, about 54 billion rand to our country in terms of like the gross GDP, and there's opportunities to create new jobs. How exactly will that benefit us as a country, and us being part of that council? What will we take out to be able to grow the GDP?
Maybe internationally our contribution is important. You will know that we located in the main route called Cape Route. We are therefore connecting East countries and the West countries. We allow any ship of any size to pass in our waters. And we do that through our MRCC, which ensures that whatever that passes on our waters is ensured the safety, because we are able to intervene and rescue in the case of distress of any vessel in our waters. But we do that not only for South Africa, but also for the region. But coming to ourselves in the country here, you will know that we have what is called Oceans Economy Operation Pakesa. And we have said that by 2030, if we're able to do everything that we said we're going to do under that project, we will be able to create 1 million jobs. We'll be able also to have the oceans economy contributing up to 170 billion rand or 177 billion rands into the South African GDP. This is important, but also there are quite a number of opportunities created, including jobs. We have to produce seafarers as South Africa, not only for ourselves, but for the international shipping companies. And we're talking to them, and they're coming to the party. MSC, for instance, would want to meet with us because they want also to participate and ensure that they take our seafarers. We are in conversation with quite a number of other shipping companies so that those seafarers that we train in South Africa can get absorbed, not only by our own registered ships, but also others. But also, like I've said, the issue of registering of vessels on our register is an important one, because ours is not just a flag of convenience, but of course it is a white flag. When we say that, it actually means that whenever a ship is registered on our register, it's not just for the sake of it, but we also enter into negotiations with them to say, what are you going to do for our people? That is to repair your vessel here in South Africa, to take our people to work in your ships, and to take our seafarers for sea time so that they're able to graduate. So it's all those things that we are doing. But also you will know that in the oceans economy, we have identified quite a number of other focus areas like maritime transport and manufacturing, which has up to 18 initiatives or projects, and quite a number of other sub-projects that talk into the renovation of our ports, which are all ports like your Richards Bay, your Port of Durban, your Port of Mossel Bay, your Port of Port Elizabeth, your Ngqura, your East London, your Cape Town, Saldanha Bay. And we have identified these ports to say they can actually specialize on things such as Saldanha Bay, specializing on oil and gas exploration. You'll know that Richards Bay in the main is specializing on the transportation of our coals, and so on and so forth. And we have got all these things happening in South Africa, but also we are training not only our seafarers in South Africa, but also for the region in Africa, because we have this capacity. You will know that I think in 2013 we hosted an important diplomatic conference in South Africa that came up with an important Cape Town agreement on fishing personnel. And this is an important one because it has been there for ages, and countries were not able to ratify or to accede, in fact, to ratify the convention.
Okay, Deputy Minister,
Cape Town.
And in terms of like the presentation as part of the conference that we have to take, what are the requirements for us to be re-elected? What is it going to take?
I can't get the question itself because we've broken.
Okay.
But
okay, go ahead.
In preparation, hello.
Okay. In terms of like preparing to do a presentation for the council, what are the requirements for South Africa to qualify to be re-elected?
In fact, by virtue of being a member of IMO, we qualify. There are dues that we pay every month. That is the money that we pay to IMO every month. That will make us able to participate, but also to vote. And South Africa is up to date in that regard. And therefore, South Africa will participate at the IMO Assembly in everything, whether to vote or to participate or to make its voices heard. We will definitely make a statement on arrival. On the first day, as other countries will be making statements, South Africa will too deliver its statement through the leader of the delegation, who happens to be the Deputy Minister of Transport. But also we've identified working papers that will be presented, and where South Africa will make interventions, we've identified those, and we know exactly what we'll be saying. And we have other working papers that will be presented to the Assembly, which we thought that it might not be necessary for South Africa to intervene. But in an event, we think that maybe we will do that. So it's quite a number of working papers that will be presented, including a working paper on the climate change, which, of course, like we are saying, the shipping community and the shipping industry has to contribute in reducing gases that are responsible for what we're seeing now. And in that paper, we have decided that South Africa will also contribute and will make an intervention. We have prepared that. Probably it might not be right for me at this stage to say it here in the air. Therefore, that is what we'll be doing. We will be participating in voting for the Category A, Category B, and of course Category C, where South Africa will be contesting. We have gone all out to lobby countries to vote for South Africa. We believe that SADC countries will be voting for South Africa, but also African countries will be voting for South Africa. We go there having been endorsed by the AU as one of the countries that African states will be supporting. We believe that we'll do that. We, South Africa, will also be supporting our counterpart in South Africa. We went all out to lobby countries in the EU that are here. Of course, the ambassadors that are here in South Africa, we met with them. We requested that they support the South Africa's vote. And of course, the Asian ambassadors as well, we were able to meet with them to say, please support Africa's role. Our representative at IMO, Mr. Sipho Mbata, who is full-time in London, because we are for now a member of Council, has also been doing a wonderful job going to ambassadors in London, lobbying for South Africa. The lobby will continue. The department, the DERCO, will be part of our delegation so that the lobbying continues as we arrive there. We will be hosting a dinner on the 30th, that is on the eve of the elections that will take place on the 1st as South Africa. We are hoping that countries will come and share with us, and of course we will be able also to lobby them to support the South Africa's vote. It is not an easy one this time around, because from my experience, because I think I will be attending the assembly for the third time, the last two assemblies in the Category 3, there were only 21 countries contesting. This time around, there are 25 for now, but with the possibility of 27 if the two countries that are contesting in Category 2, if they decide to contest in Category 3. And this therefore puts a lot of pressure on us to campaign, and to campaign very strongly. All right. We believe that our campaign is live and kicking, and we think that everyone who talks to anybody who is outside of South Africa will say, please vote for South Africa. All right, if Minister, you are in the council, we are saying vote for your country first, and then the second country to vote for must be South Africa. Okay, Minister, we're going to have to leave it at that. Thanks very much for talking to us, and a bit of a challenge there, of course, with some of the technical aspects of that, but we did get the point across. We've been speaking to the Deputy Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga, talking to us, of course, about South Africa's campaign to be re-elected to the Council of the International Maritime Organization. And countries will gather on the 30th for the 30th regular session of Assembly in London next week. Do stay with us. It is Sunrise Live right here at E!